Good morning. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here in New York City, and for those on the live stream, for joining us around the world. With Stadia, our new generation cloud gaming platform, we're aiming to deliver the best games ever made to almost any screen in your life. So I'm excited to share an update with y'all. Stadia will be available on November 19th. With Pixel Buds, help is there when you want it, and the experience just comes to you, even when your phone's not in your hand. For instance, you can get hands-free access to the assistant. So instead of turning to your phone for quick tasks, you can just say, "Hey, Google," and ask the assistant for whatever you need. Resume your podcast, send a quick text, get directions, or even understand another language with Google Translate. Pixel Buds even have a long-range Bluetooth connection, which keeps you connected even when your phone isn't by your side. So you can wear them in the yard when your phone might be charging inside, or leave your phone in a locker if you're working out in a gym. Indoors, Pixel Buds will stay connected up to 3 rooms away. And outside, they'll work across an entire football field. But Pixel Buds gives you plenty of battery life to get through your day. You'll have 5 hours of continuous listening time on a single charge, and up to 24 hours when you're using a wireless charging case. Pixel Buds deliver excellent sound quality. Now, you typically have to choose between great sound and awareness of the world around you. But Pixel Buds gives you both with a unique hybrid design. The earbuds gently seal the ear for rich bass and clear highs, and the spatial vent underneath reduces that plugged ear feeling and lets through just the right amount of environmental sound. When you're on a call, beam-forming mics focus on your voice, while voice accelerometers detect speech through your jawbone. So a loud restaurant or a windy day won't get in the way of your conversation. Pixel Buds will be available in the spring of next year, and we'll share more details in the coming months, including a few of the helpful experiences that make good use of the on-device machine learning chips. Titan protects your most personal on-device information, your OS data, passwords, even information in third-party apps. And we know that privacy is personal, which is why you have the controls so that you can choose the settings you want that are right for you. We make it easy to access simple on-off controls, including turning cameras and mics on your Nest devices off. And you can now delete assistant data just by asking. Everything is designed with your privacy in mind.
Pixelbook Go comes in just black and not pink, one of the iconic colors we introduced on Pixel 3. And we created a new rippled, wavy bottom that's easy to grip. Pixelbook Go is lighter than Pixelbook, but we still managed to add a battery that is 15% larger, making it easier to keep working all day. We also spent a lot of time making sure the keyboard is comfortable and quiet. We took all of our learnings from the original Pixelbook and really refined the design. We ended up with keys that feel great to use and are even quieter than the original. And with Chrome OS, Pixelbook Go is always fast, secure, and all your devices stay in sync with each other. Everything about Pixelbook Go is designed to address real user needs for an affordable price. You can pre-order it now in just black, with not pink coming soon.
So we're announcing an update to our Works with Google Assistant program. We're working with partners to migrate their existing Works with Nest integrations that people know and love, but doing it built on a foundation of privacy and security. For example, we're requiring partners to pass a security review before they can even request access to your Nest devices. And today, we're introducing the next generation Nest Mini. It's even more capable with the same affordable price point and the same iconic design. Now, we also heard from you, you want a little more flexibility of where to place Mini. So we added a simple wall mount. It really looks great anywhere in your home. And for those times when your home gets loud, like it does at mine, we added a third mic to hear you better in noisy environments. Nest Mini also got a really cool new superpower. There's a dedicated machine learning chip with up to 1 teraops of compute. So for the first time, core experiences of the Google Assistant can come from the data center and be moved instead to run locally on your device. So today, we're announcing a new whole home pricing model. For 1 monthly rate, you get Nest-aware support across all your Nest devices in your home. So whether you have 2 cameras or you have 10 cameras, you pay the same monthly rate. And you can choose between 2 different pricing plans, depending on your needs. We even added more video history. The new Nest-aware will be rolling out early next year, and it'll be easy to switch over your existing plan.
Pixel 4 introduces entirely new, helpful experiences with more natural interactions. It's a completely redesigned with a new look, a new color, and a beautiful new finish. And Pixel 4 includes camera features and sensors that you're not going to find on any other phone. Let's start there. 5 years ago, our advanced technologies team began Project Solely to investigate radar capabilities. Radar's been around for a long time, and it's still one of the best ways to sense motion. It's precise, low power, and it's fast. Pixel 4 is the first smartphone with a radar sensor. It powers the new motion sense capabilities for more human interactions with your phone. For instance, Pixel 4 has the fastest secure face unlock on a smartphone because the process starts before you've even picked up your phone. Motion Sense prepares the camera when you reach for your Pixel 4, so you don't need to tap the screen. It's so much faster and smoother. Motion Sense can power down your phone when you walk away and turn it back on when you approach your phone. It also lets you control your Pixel with simple gestures. Swipe to skip a song, silence a call, wave hello to Pikachu. And the Solely team is working on a wide range of helpful new features, from gaming to personal wellness. Since the Solely sensor can detect the environment around Pixel 4, privacy had to be built in from the start. You can turn Motion Sense on or off at any time, and when it's on, all of the sensor's data is processed right on your Pixel. It's never saved or shared with other Google services. And Motion Sense isn't the only way we're making your phone interactions faster and more natural. The Google Assistant is now deeply integrated into Pixel 4's OS and across your apps. You can quickly open apps, search across your phone, share what's on your screen, and a lot more. The Assistant can simplify multitasking, too, with a clean, new interface. Check this out. Just give Pixel 4 a quick squeeze. Show me Maggie Rogers on Twitter. What are her concert dates? Share this with Vivian. Reply, let's go see her. Open Ticketmaster.com. Search for Maggie Rogers events. A key way we're making the Assistant this fast is with an on-device version of our language models that run in our data center. So they can run locally right on your Pixel 4. This means the new Assistant uses a hybrid model. It can respond to many day-to-day requests on device, like starting a timer, while connecting for requests like, is my flight on time? You also have new ways to manage your data. Choose a time limit for how long you want your activity data to be saved in your Google account. Or just tell the Assistant to delete everything you said to it today or this week, and it will. You're in control. And you can get more details by asking, hey, Google, how do you keep my data safe? We're taking the same care to protect your on-device data, too. With Titan M and other security features, last year's Pixel 3 scored the highest for built-in security for a smartphone, according to Gartner. We've built Tighten M into Pixel 4 as well to protect your most sensitive on-device data, like your passwords, your OS data, and now your face unlock model. Your phone has some of your most personal, private information, and we have a responsibility to keep it safe and secure. So we created a new kind of audio recorder that taps into our speech recognition and AI. Let's see it in action. We've had a Pixel 4 recording the show for the past few minutes. As you can see, with one tap, I can get Recorder transcribing my words in real time as I'm saying them. Now, to show this is live, it is now 10:44. And it's pretty accurate. This means you can transcribe meetings, lectures, interviews, or anything you want to save. DisplayMate has awarded Pixel 4 XL their highest score, an A+ rating, together with a Best Smartphone Display Award. In 5 key areas like color accuracy and image contrast, DisplayMate classified Pixel 4 XL's display as visually indistinguishable from perfect. Pixel 4 is also our first smartphone with a 90 Hz refresh rate. So Pixel 4 comes with 3 months of Google One for new eligible members. The new Pixel comes in 3 colors: just black, clearly white, and a limited edition called Oh So Orange. It also comes in 2 sizes, both with the same features and both available for pre-order starting today. Shipping starts on October 24th.
There's a saying among photographers that what's important to taking a great picture is, in order, subject, lighting, lens, and the camera body. It's their way of saying that it doesn't matter which SLR body you use unless you get the first 3 elements right. Well, here's a slightly different take on this list: subject, lighting, lens, software. So, by software, I mean computational photography. So what does that mean? It means doing less with hardwired circuitry and more with code. I like to call it a software-defined camera. It typically means capturing and combining multiple pictures to make a single, better picture. One version of this is HDR+, the technology we've used for taking photos on every Pixel phone. When you tap the shutter button, we capture a burst of up to 9 pictures. These pictures are deliberately underexposed to avoid blowing out highlights. We align them using software and average them, which reduces noise in the shadows. This lets us brighten the shadows, giving you detail in both the highlights and the shadows. In fact, there's a simple formula. Noise goes down as the square root of the number of images you average together. So if you use 9 images, you get 1/3 as much noise. This isn't mad science, it's just simple physics. By the way, on the left is our raw output if you enable that in the app. There's something else about this list. It says the lens is important, without quibbling about the order on the list. Some subjects are farther away than you'd like, so it does help telephoto shots to have a telephoto lens. So Pixel 4 has a roughly 2x telephoto lens plus our super res zoom technology. In other words, a hybrid of optical and digital zoom, which we use on both the main and telephoto lenses, so you get sharp imagery throughout the zoom range. Here's an example. You probably think this is a 1x photo. It's not. It's a zoom taken from way back here. By the way, super res zoom is real multi-frame super resolution, meaning that pinch zooming before you take the shot gives you a sharper photo than cropping afterwards. So don't crop like this. Compose the shot you want by pinch zooming. Also, by the way, most popular SLR lenses do magnify scenes, not shrink them. So while wide angle can be fun, we think telephoto is more important. So what new computational photography features are we launching with Pixel 4? 4 of them. First, Live HDR+. Everyone here is familiar with HDR+'s signature look and its ability to capture extreme brights and darks in a way that looks crisp and natural. But even phones with good HDR solutions can't compute them in real time, so the viewfinder often looks different from the final image. In this example, the window is blown out on the viewfinder, which might tempt you into fiddling with the exposure. This year, we're using machine learning to approximate HDR+ in the viewfinder, so you get our signature look while you compose your shot. We call this feature Live HDR+. So the industry's most successful HDR solution is now real-time and WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. Now, if we have an intrinsically HDR camera, we should have HDR controls for it. So Pixel 4 has dual exposure controls. Here's an example. This is a nice HDR+ shot, but maybe you would like to try it as a silhouette. So you tap on the screen and lower the brightness slider a bit. That mainly changes the capture exposure. Then you lower the shadows slider a lot. That mainly changes the tone mapping. And voila, you get a different artistic vision. Try doing that with any other cell phone. So, separate sliders for brightness and shadows while you compose your shot. It's a different way of thinking about controlling exposure in a camera. Second, white balancing in photography is a hard problem. Mathematicians call it an ill-posed problem. Is this snow blue the way this SLR originally captured it? Or is it white snow illuminated by a blue sky? We know that snow is white. With enough training, so can the camera. We've been using learning-based white balancing in night sight since Pixel 3. In Pixel 4, we're using it in all photo modes. So you get truer colors, especially in tricky lighting. Here's a tough case, an ice cave. It's blue light, but not a blue person. And here's what it looks like with Pixel 4's white balancing. Third, we've continued to improve portrait mode. With our dual pixel or split pixel technology, we've always been good at portraits and at macro shots. This year, we're computing depth, again using machine learning, from both dual pixels and dual cameras, which gives us accurate depth farther from the camera. This extends portrait mode to large objects and stand further back portraits. We also have a luscious new SLR-like bokeh. That's the shape of the blur. Look at the lights on either side of her head. We're doing better on hair and dog fur, which are hard. And of course, we still do great selfie portraits. Fourth and last, we have continued to improve night sight in many ways and extended it to a use case that has always been sort of a holy grail for me. You could have taken this dusk shot using Pixel 3 last year. Using Pixel 4, you can take this nighttime picture from the same viewpoint. In the year since we launched it, night sight has been called everything from fake to sorcery. Well, it's neither. Think back to the mathematics that I explained at the beginning. Astrophotography is about taking longer exposures and more of them, up to 16 seconds times 15 exposures. That's 4 minutes, but it's a single shutter press and it's fully automatic. By the way, you can't do this with a single long exposure. In 4 minutes, the stars do move and trees wave in the wind. So you need robust alignment and merging of multiple pictures. And for a 4-minute exposure, we do recommend a tripod, or you can prop your phone on a rock. Is there machine learning? Yes. We use it for white balancing, as I mentioned. We also use semantic segmentation in all our photo modes, and have for years, to brighten faces in HDR+, a feature we call synthetic fill flash, to separate foregrounds from backgrounds in portrait shots, and to darken and denoise skies in night sight. Is there computational photography? There's lots of that, too. Digital sensors are prone to hot pixels that are stuck at red, green, or blue. The longer the exposure, the more hot pixels. Our exposures are pretty long, so we need some clever algorithms to remove those hot pixels. By the way, that's our astrophotography field testing team. And yes, they sat still for a long time for this shot. So where does this game stop? What can't we capture using Pixel 4? Well, we can capture the moon, which, by the way, required some fiddling with those dual exposure controls I told you about. And we can capture a moonlit landscape. This is not daytime, it's the middle of the night, and the landscape is illuminated only by the moon. See the stars? But what we can't do, including on Pixel 4 today, is capture both at once in the same picture. The problem here is that the moon is blown out and the marin headlands at the bottom are just a silhouette. The dynamic range, the difference in brightness between a full moon and a moonlit landscape is 19 f-stops. That's 19 doublings, about 500,000 times brighter, way beyond the range of any consumer camera, even an SLR. So is this scene forever impossible with a cell phone? Remember what I said at the beginning about software-defined camera? Pixel is committed to making its cameras better with software updates. So stay tuned on this one. To sum up, 4 new computational photography features. Live HDR+ with dual exposure controls, learning-based white balancing, wider range portrait mode with an SLR bokeh, and night sight with astrophotography. Oh, and remember, you can use night sight for many things besides stars.